welcome back to my YouTube channel, and for those of you that are joining for the first time, welcome. This is my channel, Painful Purpose, and as I said, I just want to thank all of you guys that have watched my first two vlogs. The first one, my introductory one, the second one, my first official vlog. If you haven't already, I'm going to link it in the description box below this video. And I just thank you guys for all the support. I truly feel overwhelmed and blessed by how many people have viewed it, the comments that I've gotten, even people just private messaging me. It's been really lovely, so thank you guys. And I'm so glad that you guys have been blessed, and I pray that God will just continue to use me for his glory. But yeah, as if you have watched the video just before this one, then as you know, at the end of it I asked for testimonies, and I am so grateful because someone has shared a testimony with me, and they've done it in video form, so we're going to watch that now, and I hope you guys are blessed by it.
Everyone, my name's Rianne, and I'm one of the harsh critics Chelsea mentioned in her first video. I'm Chelsea's younger sister, and I'm so privileged that she asked me to do a testimony on her page. So she was talking about university, and I have my own uni story, and to be honest, my uni story kind of intertwines with Chelsea's because she helped me in her faith and her reliance on God, even though, as she said, she didn't actually talk a lot with God during the time. But I was known at school as the smarty pants, and this was like GCSE times, and I remembered I was really stressed about GCSEs, and I said, I don't know what I'm going to do. And again, at this time, I wasn't on my journey with God yet. God, in all his mercy, when I got to get my results for GCSE, I got straight A's across the board. Praise be to God. So even though that was a good thing, I then had the problem of choosing now, because I said whatever I did bad in, that's what I was not going to pick, and the thing that I did really well in, that's what I was going to pick. So I literally had to now try and figure out what I was going to do, and that was kind of the first ooh-in and ah-in I had. But I ended up picking chemistry, music, maths, and and English literature. How could I forget? But I really enjoyed my subjects. But at the end of year 12, so the first year of sixth form, I didn't get the grades I expected to get. I knew that A-levels was really going to be hard, but I didn't expect to get D's and E's. I've never seen D's and E's in my life, and I was just really shaken up by that, and I was like, I don't know what I want to do. And I ended up getting one of the lowest grades in my favourite subject, which was music at the time. So I had to basically beg to get back into to be able to study maths, because my grade was so low, and for some of the exams. So I had to retake some of the exams in year 13, and whilst doing year 13 content. So lo and behold, again, results day on the for year 13, I got exactly the same grades. And by this point now, I had been attending church. The Adventist church. I was praying a lot more, talking to God a lot more, and I was really confused. I said, God, in the times that I didn't trust in you, that I didn't talk to you, you gave me straight A's. But now that I am praying, I cried so much over all of my revision notes. Even in my exam, I was close to tears because I just knew I didn't know the answers. And I said, God, I don't understand why you're allowing this to happen to me. I'm more in touch with you than I was before, and now I'm still not getting good grades. And I really pushed and pulled with God, because I was having difficulty even doing my personal statements. I got into the university. Well, they gave me conditional offers for the university that I had applied for, but obviously upon receiving my grades, they all rejected me, and I was just like, God, I don't know what to do now. Funny enough, I applied for psychology, which wasn't any of the subjects I studied, but I was so confused, and I was just thinking to myself, I need to do something that's going to look good. I need to do something that's going to be respected by people. So I thought, okay, let me just do psychology. But obviously, that's not where God wanted me to go. And as Chelsea mentioned something about clearing, I had to go through clearing as well. And the reason why I was saying our stories intertwined, because I saw how Chelsea was. She got much better grades than I did, but she still went through clearing. And I saw what God was doing for her. And even though at this time I couldn't understand why this was happening to me 2 years later, I had faith that God was going to come through for me because he came through for Chelsea. And even though I didn't have the best grades, I got into Hertfordshire University through clearing, and that was just because I'm a grade 6 flautist, and I have my grade 5 theory for music. And it's funny because I dropped music. By year 13, I was only doing English, chemistry and maths. I wasn't actually studying music, but they wanted me just based on the fact that I had my grade 5 theory and I was a flautist. Still am. Still playing, praise God. But yeah, it was a lot, and I kind of pushed and pulled with God. I ended up deferring, and I held the place at Hertfordshire University, but I didn't want to go straight away because I thought to myself, nobody really respects music. Like, people are going to look at me and think, oh, I'm trying to be the next Beyonce or something like that, and that's not what I was about. I wanted something different. I wanted the Bachelor of Science. I wanted to look important, and God actually took me on such an up and down journey for that gap year. And he just showed me that whatever he puts me in, that's where I'm going to be great. And we need to be in all areas. We can't all be doctors. We can't all be nurses. We can't all be engineers, all be lawyers, because engineers and lawyers, they sit down and they relax too, and they watch TV. And in the TV, they have the actors. They have basketball players, football players. They have people who do the music like I'm trying to do now. And through this testimony, I just wanted to encourage people to understand that God's not going to take you to places where he's trying to make you fail. He has a place, and a place for all of us. We are all part of the body of Christ, and there's work to be done in all areas. So when you're thinking about things, when you're trying to decide your next steps, I don't rely on your own voice. Don't even rely. I know we trust friends, we trust family, and that's good. Listen, but let that not be the voice that is speaking the loudest to you. You need to listen to God, because God knows what is going to happen to you in 10, 15, 25 years. He knows that even if you're the best mathematician, he may want you to go into zoology, and there's a reason why, because God knows us better than we know ourselves. And if I had gotten the grades, I would have gone and done psychology at Nottingham University, and that's not where I wanted to be. I'm enjoying myself so much now. I'm writing music. I'm being able to testify about my love for God through my assignments and everything else, and I'm so thankful for that. And know that even if the path seems bleak and weary, take it like a staircase. Take it step by step. God will shed light upon the next step for you. And if you're like me and you're very stubborn, God will be patient with you. He will work with wherever you're at. I hope you guys are blessed.
Thank you so much, Rianne, for your testimony. I know that I felt blessed by it, and I'm so grateful that you agreed to do a testimony. And just even seeing that I was able to be used by God to help you is just such a blessing, because I didn't even know all of that, guys. I'm just going to be honest with you. I didn't know all of that. We're sisters, but I didn't know, because while she was going through this, I was actually at university because I didn't stay at home for uni. And I'm just so blessed that God used me even when I didn't know he was using me. So all praise goes to God. But yeah, I hope you guys were blessed by her testimony. And so after she did her testimony, I asked, okay, so what verse would you say that helped you get through that time? And she said to me, it was Isaiah 55 verse 8. And it reads, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, nor are your ways my ways, says the Lord." And she said that this was the verse that got her through, because it helped to remind her that we may have plans for ourselves, but God ultimately is in control. And I don't know about you all that are watching, but I am so glad that God doesn't allow all of my plans that I want to happen, because I realized that I wouldn't actually appreciate it, and sometimes it would end up putting me in a position that I don't want to be in. But I am so thankful for everything that God has done, and where he's taken me from and where he's bringing me to. And because, as I said, it's still a journey. So thank you once again, Rianne, for blessing us with your testimony. And as I said, I hope you guys were blessed by it. Yeah, and also don't forget that you guys can still send me testimonies. You can either do it the way Rianne did it in a video form and I could share it on my channel, or you could even write it in the comments below this video. Or you can even send me an email, and my email address will be linked below, as well as my Instagram in the description box. And I just, yeah, as I said, you guys can send me an email for it, with your testimony, and you guys can stay anonymous if you want to, so I can share your testimony without even mentioning your name, if that's what you would prefer. But the reason why I really want other people to hear your testimonies, guys, is because sometimes there are things that you may have gone through or are currently going through that I haven't personally gone through that could help someone else. And that's the point of it, to help other people, to encourage one another, to know that the storm doesn't last forever. So I pray that you guys will send your testimonies, but ultimately that God's name will be glorified in everything that is done on this channel. So I pray that you guys were blessed, and please join me for my next video, and also like, share and comment. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do, and when you do, please hit that bell so that you get notifications of when my next video is up and running and is ready to watch. But as I said, ultimately I pray that you guys were blessed. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.